power grabbing, power sharing, coalition, different languages. Nigerians are victims of, how do I call it? What do I use to describe what Nigerians are suffering now? If you say bad governance, that's understatement. Just 2 years away from change of government. It's not like a change of government where you have some continuity. A change of different president entirely. Everywhere is filled up with news of re-election, coalition, power sharing, power grabbing, and all that. And Obi was just trying to call them to order. The place he visited in Cuba the other day, that, come on, these students, I'm here for their education. That a private person is taking care of that, paying for their education, rather than government in an environment where we have guaranteed universal basic education, that the person is actually helping the government. That his interest is how to serve Nigeria, how we should end poverty, how we should reduce unemployment to a drastic level. That is not about power grabbing, coalition, or how to be president, that he has actually never fought for any position. Do you see Obi being evasive about taking a stand for 2027, or that has truly been him not seeking for power but seeking for solution? Let me start from you, Peter. Philip.
Yes, you see, Obi was very, very clear. He said, I'm just coming for the Vatican, for the Pope inauguration. And I'm here in Cuba, in the Anglican, to see the Bishop of the Anglican Communion, who is building a hospital and he also doing something about his education, the school facility, that he is donating towards the improvement of the hospital, that the healthcare system, and the education. That the visit to the Vatican shouldn't be politicized. It's a solemn visit. It's more spiritual, not politics. That people shouldn't take it into politics. And then he went further to say that, you see, when religious body render this kind of services to the public, it should be celebrated and it should be supported by well-meaning Nigeria. And that's what he's here to do. When he was asked about the coalition, he said, I'm only in the coalition against poverty, against unemployment, against hunger. I am not in the coalition for position. To me, Obi has always been consistent. Like I said, consistent. When you are consistent about something, they say this is your character. I don't think he's been evasive of the question, but he's been his true self, speaking what he thinks is right. That what we're asking for, like we've always said on this table, if this government today has 2 more years, if they perform, their performance will silence the opposition. There will be no need for coalition. That's what Obi is saying in essence.
All right, let me come to you. The last time, Asiwaju made it clear that about 65 to 70% of our money from the Federation account goes to the states. Okay, and eventually means the architecture of governance is not only on the table of president. A lot of things have to be, all right? They look at the local government level, at the state levels, even in all their legislatures across board. Okay, do you think Obi, for the interest of those that might serve with him, should he come to run in 2027, which is becoming almost certain that he's going to run, do you think he should take a position at this time, so that all other organs and all other people that are going to run for election, beyond the rhetorics that might appeal to the poor person, which oftentimes could energize them to vote, beyond that, there are other people that are looking forward to take a stand. Like I told you the other time, not everybody that went with Obi to Nenadi meeting believed Nenadi and Oti were doing the right thing. They were there simply because Obi was in that camp. Do you understand me? They never even read the constitution. Some read and said, okay, let's go with Obi. If Obi that has that kind of power to magnetize people and appeal to people is still not certain of his position for 2027, is not certain if he's running, not certain of the party to use, not certain about, if there's no immediate manifesto checking what these people has done or not, apart from his normal end hunger, do this and that, less than 10% in healthcare facility where we should have healthcare insurance, why we should have 100%. Do you sincerely think he should take a stand?
I think he has taken a stand.
Okay.
That's number one. Now, The question that they asked me,
what party is he going to run with, likely?
well, that one is still within his own boils.
That's what we are saying. Because of other people that depend on him. Not
so,
about Obi. Obi can wake up a day to the last day to nominate form to INEC. And he will get it because of others.
A lot of people that you are calling others, they have not also shown sincerity and consistency. If someone
some have been following Obi.
Yes, I agree.
Let's give them credit.
I can also mention a lot to you that have ditched him. For example, look at Valentine Ozigbo. For example.
But now take note. Valentine, one of the reasons Valentine gave for leaving Labour Party was that there were fashion in Labour Party. Whoever that had nominated him, there could be a problem.
So will you leave your house?
Now.
Oh no! Will you leave your house because it's raining?
His phone is time bound. Valentine's phone was time bound.
So now did he get it?
No, he didn't get it.
So that's what we're talking about, consistency. People need to be consistent. Now, a lot of people went into Labour that were not supposed to be any part of governance because Obi was in Labour.
I'm coming to you.
And now they have
come to you. For the people that want to run, certainly Obi alone cannot be a government.
Yes.
He can't appoint a governor.
Yes.
He can't appoint a local government chairman. Do you understand?
Yes.
He can't appoint a legislator.
Yes.
These people need to run.
They should join the Obi movement.
They are with Obi movement.
They should remain there.
Okay. The question is, let me come to you.
Yes.
When we don't know the power sharing agreement that they might come with.
Okay.
If Obi has not taken a leap on a party.
Yes.
Because obviously Labour Party, we don't know their closing rank.
Yeah.
How much do you think it will affect these other people?
You see, if you believe in the Nigerian that want to work, you don't just look at where you want to get position. Those are the mentality we begin. I mean, the reading will begin to change. Because the question that they asked to be is that we saw you and the president, and I thought you were quarreling.
No.
He said we are not quarreling. That's where the question came from at the Anglican school. He said we are not quarreling. I'm not quarreling with Mr. President.
Of course.
He said what I'm quarreling with is bad governance. What I'm quarreling with is the fact that these children in this school ought to be paid for by the federal government. Now, most of the politicians we have today, everybody is just talking about running. There are other elements of government where a lot of people can express themselves.
Now, that's also what we are saying. If Obi is moving with people in Labour Party, you expect that they say birds of the same feather flock together. You expect that anybody in obedient movement now, in one way or the other, must have been contaminated with Obi's philosophy. Obi hates wastage. Clearly, nobody can deny that. He stands against oppression of the poor. He stands against stealing government money. He stands against, being rich through government money. He stands against living in affluence while the people that you are serving are in poverty. So it's expected that those working with him, whether in Obedient or in any other place, should be contaminated by these characters. Now, if he gets presidential ticket, which he can easily get tomorrow, should he decide, and these people, these good people he has groomed, in quote, good people in quote, he has groomed, are not able to work or get tickets wherever they go to. It depends on the arrangement that might come. And they are not able to also galvanize their base. Because that Obi can electrically organize his own base. Doesn't mean all other people, governors, legislators are able to do that. Well, let's be realistic. How much will it rob Nigeria that you have in some form? You might just have the federal, because we have cases where the governors are wasting money. It's still happening now. Do you understand? And we do not have the right people in the right places because these people are not able to start on time.
Well, you answered the question yourself, because if you say, by virtue of these people working with Obi, remaining obedient, Obi has affected their life positively. Yeah. What it means that before now, they were not who they were until they joined Obi. They are now in obedient movement, so they know that wastage of government money is wrong, and all of that. We have said it here that one good head is what we need for this country. If Obi has been able to affect the obedient movement positively, it doesn't matter whether those people are in government or not. What matters is that if Obi is in the government, whoever that is going to work with him is going to affect him positively for positive change. So and in government, it's not, you must not be elected for you to be in government.
No, certainly.
So they are cabinets.
We know we have had cases in the past where P0wer at the federal level recommended we have excess crude, who have too much money there, that we should keep certain money, and some governors, Amechi, Fashola, took them to court. At the end of the day, do you understand? He said we have much money, let's say for rainy days, took them to court. This is easy. You know why we are talking about this is so that Nigerians.
Let me respond to that. You see, that is where the weaknesses of Jonathan came into bear. He had very good idea, but he lacked the political will. I don't see Obi as a man who lack way to do what he wants. If we're to be Obi's time that Amaechi and Fashola went to court, I think you should have mustered enough energy to counter them. So that's why we said the good head. If you have the good head, the governor, those bad egg, like you said, they were bad egg who joined obedient movement, who now changed, who now turned a new leaf. So those bad eggs who will be governor outside Obi people, by way of not getting ticket outside of it. Of course, when we say obedient movement and all of that will be president, it is not possible that Obi party will win the 36 state governors. So there will be oppositions. But if the opposition, for instance, what is happening today, whether wrongly or rightly, the governor of Delta State has joined APC. We hear Akwa Ibom is going, all these are going. To them, because Tinubu is performing, this is the reason they are giving. You understand? So if Obi he muster enough energy and he wins the election, comes 2027, and some governor maybe they win from other party, and they find out that look, the road they are towing is not right. They will be forced to join the right road. So for me, it is not about the people who follow Obi to become to hold office. It is what is important, like Obi said. It is how can we conquer consumption and move into production? So if their own aim is to make Obi president so that we can defeat poverty, we can defeat hunger, then their position is irrespective. Position can always come at any time.
Okay, time is against us, Kingsley. Do you think if Obi supports, because he says he's not crazy about position, let's take that to the extreme, where he truly will support a coalition and not be the flag bearer? Do you think a lot of Nigerians or a lot of Obedients will be disappointed? Because it's easy to say, they say talk is cheap.
They will be very disappointed.
So when Obi says each time I'm not interested in position.
No,
you see, it happens at the end of the day.
That's why we can take it in rhetorics. Because everybody now, we know what Atiku is going for. I want the presidency. Now, Obi has not stopped his activities since election stopped. He has not stopped trying to put the government right, even though he's not in government. If the government were very sensitive, they would take a lot of the advice and don't look at it from the area of criticism. It's easy for people to look at, oh, he's criticizing me. They're not criticizing you.
So you think Nigerians are going to be disappointed?
A lot.
If truly, at the end of the day, Obi goes out for any reason. I say, my interest has never been for any position, but what works. And he comes into a coalition against poverty, like I said. He comes into a coalition against unemployment. He comes into a coalition against a nation where people in government are richer than businessmen. And at the end of the day, he's not the presidential candidate to pilot it. Do you think
right now, no Nigerians don't see anybody that will head that? Let me finish. Nigerians will look at what works, and the person that they see that works for that place right now is Obi. So they'll be very, very disappointed because all the politicians have been, for example, if not for this time, where has been Atiku? On the side of opposition. So it's only Obi that we have always.
For me, they will be very, very disappointed. So what is the coalition about? He should just better join Tinubu to fight poverty.
All right.
That's
that rumor that came around that Obi be joining the PC, you are trying to validate.
No, if he said it's not going to be about ballot, so what is the coalition all about?
The president could as well take him as a minister of finance or something.
All right, that's a good one a good way to look at it. People want Obi to be at the helm of affairs so that all he has said he will do for Nigeria, hopefully he will be able to do it. Let's see how 2027 comes around, because like we have said, this government still reserves the clearest pathway to win 2027. How? This government have 2 years to perform. If they perform really, really very well, Nigerians might not want to utter. They say you don't change a winning team, but if they don't perform, then any other coalition might be very, very attractive.
These are clearly your own opinion. Yeah. Doesn't mean that.
No, certainly no. If they perform very well, which everybody
does it look like?
Well, for today, we don't see any indication.
But prophet can see.
Yeah, but 2 years is a long time to do anything. And between now and 2027, we'll see whether this government is committed to doing that or not.